We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m., a big day in Annapolis as a juvenile crime bill is up for debate. This time, it's the one from Republicans. I had key points of the plan and the changes it could bring to state law.
And we're starting to dry out as snow continues to taper following an active morning. I'll let you know what to expect for the rest of the day and when we have the next weather maker coming up.
And we're following breaking news out of D.C. The Senate passes a $1 billion aid package for Ukraine and Israel. Coming up, we'll look at where the vote was split and what comes next in the House. Fox 45 News Midday starts right now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. We are weather alert. An early morning burst of winter weather making for a messy morning commute. Now, most kids in our area saw a delay to their school day. Others saw school canceled altogether. The good news, things are starting to ease up. For a closer look, let's get over to meteorologist Jasmine Lomax. A lot of happy kids at home today.
Yes, Patrice, I'm sure a lot of kids are happy to be home. And for those kids in northern parts of the state where we saw some higher totals, I'm sure they're enjoying that beautiful snow there. Now, we started with rain and then we had that transition into snow. We had a couple of heavy bands leading to some accumulation. Now, a lot of that is continuing to taper. However, we still remain under a winter weather advisory, and that's for part of Baltimore City and part of Baltimore County, also extending into the northeastern part of the state. That runs through
to help us break down the results and to understand what Marylanders are saying about the job that the governor is doing.
We had them at 60% approval in October. Today we have them at 58. So 58% of Marylanders approve of the job, 28% disapprove. And not bad numbers. Let me put it this way. If I were the governor of Maryland, thank God I'm not, I will take these numbers.
Well, the poll was also shining a light on big questions about taxes and if the sales tax should be raised to help pay for Maryland's transportation budget statewide. 37% support the rise, 60% oppose it, 3% provided no answer. And those results were further split when you looked at individual party results.
Democrats were kind of split 50-50, whether they'd support it or oppose it. Independents, and most particularly Republicans, were overwhelmingly opposed to that.
To see the full interview and more poll results, head to our website, foxbaltimore.com. Making headlines, the Senate passes a $95 billion package of aid for Ukraine and Israel. Early this morning, senators voted 70-29 to pass the bill after an overnight session. The bill contains about $60 billion in aid for Ukraine. There's also $14 billion for Israel and $9 billion in humanitarian aid in Gaza. There is also some aid included for Taiwan. The bill faces an uncertain future in the House. Today, the House is slated to hold another vote on impeaching Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. A similar vote failed last week, but Republicans believe they now have the necessary votes to get the effort over the finish line with House Majority Leader Steve Scalise's expected return to Washington after receiving cancer treatments. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin is also expected back at work today after undergoing a bladder procedure following a December diagnosis of prostate cancer. Austin was supposed to be traveling to Brussels this week for a Ukraine contact group meeting. That will now be held virtually, and Austin will take part if he is feeling up to it. A new study finds music may be more than just enjoyable to listen to. It may actually be good for your health. Coming up, the results of a new study linking music to our mood. The numbers are in, and the Super Bowl had super ratings. Coming up, just how many tuned in and how it broke records.
And we are seeing a mostly dry forecast as snow continues to taper around the region. I'll let you know how it's shaping up for the rest of the day and when to expect more sunshine in my full forecast.
We are back with a live look over Towson. Kids in Baltimore County getting another snow day. The district moving to close school because of the rain-snow mix. Now, when you look at that shot right there, you're saying, well, why did they close schools? But if you saw the commute this morning, that is why. It's a much different story. Now, we're not the only ones seeing snow. Much of the Northeast being hit with the same system. The fast-moving nor'easter is expected to bring the biggest snowfall in 2 years to parts of the region. Just to our north, folks in Philly could see up to 2 inches. Boston, anywhere from 6 to 12 inches. New York and New Jersey in the middle, they're getting about 5 to 8 inches forecasted.
It is expected to cause hazardous travel conditions, potential power outages, and coastal flooding.
Just in case the heat goes out, we'll have a little extra wood. We moved here 2 years ago. This will be the first, hopefully, actual real storm.
Well, the snow could impact today's special election in New York. We could see a slight shift in the balance of power in the House. A special election will be held to replace former New York congressional representative George Santos. Now, the battle for the district covering parts of Long Island and Queens is expected to be a tight one. Republicans currently hold 219 seats in the House, 2 Democrats 212. So they'll retain the GOP majority either way. Here's what you're saying about it. Hope the snowstorm doesn't screw it up too much. Another saying, me and my kids did our part with early voting. Well, Super Bowl 58 set a new ratings record. The game averaged 123.4 million viewers. That is TV's biggest audience since the Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969. Last year's Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the Eagles was previously the most watched title game ever with 115 million viewers. Your reaction? Only a 7% increase from 2023. I kind of expected a bigger leap, but maybe that just shows how many people already watched the Super Bowl. And another one saying, definitely Taylor's effect. I'm one of them. All right. Well, happening today, the Orlando Magic will officially retire jersey number 32 in honor of Shaquille O'Neal. The team will hold a special post-game ceremony today. O'Neal becomes the first player in franchise history to have his number retired. The team is celebrating their 35th anniversary this season. Well deserved. One person is saying overdue, but better late than never. Another, good player and all-around decent guy. Well, we're taking a live look at the roads as we are heading into break. Another round of winter weather moving over Maryland, moving out of here at this point almost. Meteorologist Jasmine Lomax sharing when things are going to clear up for good. And potentially bad news for those filing their tax returns. Why your return might be smaller than last year and by how much. 11:13 now on Fox 45 News Midday. We are back with a weather alert. Heavy rain overnight turning into a thick, slushy snow throughout the morning. A live look at current conditions as the radar shows the storm moving over Maryland. Well, check out this picture that Joe from Harford County sent in. His backyard almost entirely white. Even the evergreen trees in the background speckled with snowflakes. Very pretty there. Don sent us this shot from Carroll County. You might not even recognize there is a swimming pool cover under the amount of snow that's fallen there. That's a very pretty shot. You know who loves the snow? Dogs. This picture from Olivia in Bel Air has us thinking that Lincoln is enjoying every minute he gets to spend chasing his favorite ball around in the cold out there. Well, if you had snow in your area, we'd love to see it. Send us your favorite snow pictures and videos by scanning the QR code on your screen. You can also head to foxbaltimore.com and click on the Chime In tab to make your submissions. Well, the weather prompted some schools to close or at the very least open late today, meaning many parents had to adjust their work schedule. So consider this as schools get ready to close for spring break. The Maryland Zoo is offering special week-long camps the week that many kids are off from school. The day camps are open to kids grade 3 through 8, and they run the last week of March. And then this summer, there are more camps to choose from. Those start in June and run on various schedules through August. Registration for all of that, though, is open now. Making headlines, Mardi Gras celebrations are underway. The holiday, which translates to Fat Tuesday, is meant to be a day of indulgence and debauchery ahead of Lent restrictions. New Orleans is famous for its celebrations, including parades, street parties, masked balls, and more. Fat Tuesday always lands 47 days before Easter and a day before Ash Wednesday. Well, you might see a smaller tax refund this year. The IRS reports it has issued more than 2.6 million refunds as of February 2nd. So far, the average refund issued this year, $1,395. That is about 29% smaller than last year's average. The agency does note, though, that this year's average refund is only based on 5 days as tax season kicked off on January 29th. One person was killed, 5 others hurt in a shooting at a subway station in the Bronx. It happened just before the Monday evening commute. Investigators say a fight between a group of teens spilled out onto the platform when the train stopped, and that's when shots were fired. Texas officials are still trying to figure out the motive behind Sunday's shooting at a megachurch in Houston. Authorities say the 36-year-old shooter was killed at the scene. Authorities say her 7-year-old son was shot during the incident. He remains in critical condition. Coming up on Fox 45 News later today at 4, lawmakers in Annapolis are debating juvenile crime today. The latest on those discussions and when we could actually see changes to hold youth criminals accountable. Then at 5, the first step toward a massive overhaul at the Inner Harbor. The public getting its first chance to weigh in on the Harbor Place redevelopment. You can get Fox 45 News in a flash through your Amazon Alexa or Echo. We now deliver your local headlines and forecasts in less than 2 minutes. If you have an Amazon device, tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. 11:18 and now for today's talking point. Ahead of Valentine's Day, Build-A-Bear is unveiling a new line of bears for adults. Look at this. The After Dark teddy bears are adults only. The line features several bears, lions, and bunnies dressed in heart-shaped pajamas. They're holding wines. They've got all the things. Now, the bears aren't sold in stores. They're online only. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle. And I have to tell you, when I was talking with the producer about this, I was appalled. Oh my goodness, are you kidding? That's terrible. Build-A-Bears for kids. My daughter loves going there. So I was completely against it, but then I went to the website and I looked at the bears, and they are actually adorable, and they're online. So I think you can, keep it away from kids. They're not too over the top, and now I want one.
Oh, look at that. Wow, full
That's
circle.
What she said. She was like, look at that 180 you did.
Yeah, well, you know what? My only beef is I think, actually, like you said, when you were reading the story, I was like, but I think a part of the fun would be to build the bear, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but I guess actually you could do it online. But anyway, yeah. I mean, at first I was with you like, but you know what? Hey,
Some of them are cute, but yeah, you don't get to actually build the bear. You do get to pick the outfits, and then they send it to you already built.
And I can see that being a fun gift to give and receive.
It's a playful thing for an adult. Like, I don't usually want stuffed animals. Don't give me that as a real gift.
But that's fun. That's fun. That is, like you say, something that's a little different or whatever. So
it was. All right. There's happening New Market.
See?
All right. Let's get back to the winter weather. The big story of the day. What started as heavy rain overnight turned into a lot of snow this morning. Not a lot, but a lot in the sense that kids didn't have to go to school. So they were happy about that. Most of them got the day off. Meteorologist Jasmine Lomax is here with a closer look at exactly what we did get. And is it over, Jasmine? Are we done?
Yeah, Patrice, we're pretty much done right now. That snow has tapered, and now we're nice and dry across the state. Most of the winter weather advisories have been cleared. However, it still remains in place over Cecil County through 1 p.m. It's likely that this will expire early, but for the rest of us, dry right now, and we're going to stay that way over the next couple days, all as this low pressure system continues to move up the Atlantic and toward the northeast, still leading to some spots with heavy snow. But for us, we're back to nice and dry weather, mostly cloudy outside, 42 for the current temperature. It is a little bit breezy with winds out of the northwest around 11 miles per hour. When we factor in those winds this afternoon, it could feel a couple degrees cooler, so you still want to make sure that you have the layers. Otherwise, we're seeing temperatures in the 30s and in the low 40s around the state as the numbers slowly start to climb. We're looking at high temperatures this afternoon reaching the low to mid 40s. That's going to keep us right around average for this time of year. And notice that for the afternoon, we are getting ready for a little more sunshine. We'll have plenty of sunshine for Valentine's Day. Keeping track on the future scan, notice we'll have clouds clearing tonight. Looks good for your evening commute home. Then into the day tomorrow, we wake up to a few clouds for Valentine's Day, possibly a couple of stray flurries, but nothing significant. Then into the afternoon, mix of sunshine and clouds. We'll stay nice and dry throughout the day. It looks good for Thursday. It's not until the weekend when we have that next chance for a few showers. So again, today we're back to dry weather this afternoon with a mix of sunshine and clouds. Temperatures reaching 46. Then tomorrow for Valentine's Day, 45 and just a hair below average. We'll jump to the 50s on Thursday. We're looking at the upper 40s on Friday, then the 40s on Saturday with the chance for a few spotty showers, not a washout. After that, temperatures will be in the 40s and the warmer 50s next week. Back to you.
All right, Jasmine, and just remember, our team of meteorologists will continue to track this weather and bring you updates on our website and the Fox 45 News weather app. And then we'll be back on the air, of course, at 4 this afternoon. Still ahead, rideshare workers are gearing up for a strike. Why they're walking off the job and how that could impact your Valentine's Day plans. But first, Instagram is making some big changes. The new rules for ads ahead of the upcoming election. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25 now. A recall to tell you about. Some prepackaged salad kits are being recalled because they could be contaminated with listeria. The recall covers some Dole branded and private label kits that were processed on the same line as a cheese that was recently recalled. The recalled products include Dole, President's Choice, and Market Side brand salad kits. Dole says so far no illnesses have been reported. Don't miss this, a big change from Instagram. The social media site is curbing their political content. It will no longer recommend political content from accounts that users don't already follow. Facebook is said to be working on a similar feature, but no date has been announced on when that rollout will take place. Thousands of drivers for Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash are expected to go on strike tomorrow. The Valentine's Day walkout is over what drivers call unfair pay. In a story that's both impressive and gross, volunteers removed 50 pounds of used gum from under the seats at Colorado's famed Red Rocks Amphitheater last year. Red Rocks is a naturally formed outdoor venue in Red Rocks Park, just west of Denver. Gum isn't allowed at the venue. Obviously, people not paying attention to that. The rule hard to enforce. Ugh, people. Well, that's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on.
Well, Patrice, a mom of 6 is sparking debate with her controversial approach towards bath time. We'll tell you all about it coming up on Be More Lifestyle. Stick around.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
And what's up, Baltimore? Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with Persia Nicole from 92Q and meteorologist Jasmine Lomax. Good morning, everybody. Let me tell you right now. Now, there's a new term trending on TikTok. It's the Herkle-Durkle.
Okay.
Now, have you heard of this? It's actually from an old Scottish term meaning to lie in bed or lounge about when one should be up and about. More and more TikTokers are rejecting the hustle and instead relaxing and recharging.
Yeah.
Persia Nicole, are you down with this Hercle life?
Baby, if I could Hercle-Durkle right now, I would. I'll tell you that. The thing about it also, I think that TikTok is also promoting their app too, because while you're Hercle-Durkling or whatever you want to call it, honey, you're swiping on their app. Like, it's big promo for them.
Good look. So, Lady T, are you a Herculer? I think you might Hercle and Jerkle a lot.
Okay, wait a minute. I don't think that's what they said. You put a little J on there and it went sideways.
Oh.
No, why does Hercle-Durkle sound like unemployment? It don't sound like, why does it sound like unemployment? It doesn't sound like somebody who has a job or things to do is what it sounds like.
Huh?
So I don't want a Hercle-Durkle. Also, what's the origin of this word?
You're right. I did that at JD.
What is that? You added a couple letters in there you weren't supposed to. Okay.
Jasmine, you don't have time.
No,
with
I
the
don't.
weather and everything.
No, but I'm all for it. It sounds great. I would like a name change though, because
it's just not
it sounds
cute.
weird. It's not
Like I can't hashtag Hercle-Durkle and be
No.
taken seriously.
I'm gonna tell you when I Hercle-Durkle the most. When I get home, when I finally get home and I get out of these clothes, don't let me get in the bed.
Oh yeah.
And just look at my phone. Oh, we're about to Hercle-Durkle
Is that
now.
like when you take your bra off at night?
That's right.
And like, you feel so relaxed and the weight is off of you.
Yes, okay.
Or it might be more. I don't know, depending
Well,
on
look, a mom of 6 is sparking debate with her controversial approach towards bath time. She says she only makes her kids take a bath twice a week. She says the kids who range from age 4 to 13 only have to take baths on Sundays and Wednesdays. A lot of people are calling it gross, but others say if the kids look and smell clean, there's no point. Now, here's the problem.
Okay.
If you have children, ain't no way your kids look and smell clean if they just take a bath a couple times. Are you kidding me?
No, especially
Kids
at that
be
age.
stinking before they even get off to school.
It's like a radiating smell that they just come with.
It's
the kids, and they come with the smell
Back
too.
in the day, they say you smell like outdoors. I mean, Nicole, what are your thoughts?
My son stinks all the time. He gets out the shower and I'm like, did you wash? So it's no way he could absolutely only shower a few times a week. He has to shower. He actually does it in the morning and at nighttime because, you know, at night you sweat a little bit. So just do a quick little wash up, a little thought bath. That's what we call it, us ladies, right? But whatever. Just make sure that you're kind of clean.
Right.
That's so dirty.
So the point is, bathe them kids.
What'd you call it? What'd you call it? What'd you call it?
It's called a thought bath, but we ain't gonna get a baby's a thought bath. But us ladies know what it is. A quick
we
little
used the
extra
older
wash.
term when I was coming up, but I'm not gonna say
What
it.
is that?
Somebody, you have to train them kids.
Can kids do this?
No,
Not be stinky?
absolutely not. Why? I
Right.
mean, first of all, forget about the smell. That's just dirty.
I'm concerned, Lady T, that the mom nose might be a little off, because you know what I mean. And moms have that super mom smelling. So if you're telling me you don't think they stink, that kind of I'm concerned about
Is
that
she
house.
using Dawn soap? Because if so, then I can understand, because they take off every kind of like germ or bacteria. If they use Dawn soap on Sundays and Wednesdays, then okay. But she's got to throw them kids in some bath water or the ocean or something, because baby, I know they stink.
We want you to tell it. Is it okay? Is it okay? Is it okay to only take a bath twice a week? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. I mean, what everybody thinks. Now, music may be beneficial to our health. A study found 3/4 of adults say music helps them relieve stress or relax. 65% say it helps with their mental health and mood, while another 60% say music helps them to feel energized.
I can agree with that.
I was listening to Usher coming in today.
Hey.
And then I went to Lil Jon.
What song?
What's that one? We said, what's the one when he sang everybody? He had the challenge. What is that song, Persia Nicole?
That's the only part I know.
Wait a minute. I like Lady T's version. You actually did pretty good.
I know, right? I be on key, Persia.
What is that, Persia Nicole?
Yes. You said, what do I listen to?
Now, what is that song? And then what do you listen to?
Yeah, I don't know what the name of it is.
Yeah, well, honestly and truthfully, I don't even know the right name. I just know the whole the lyrics and stuff like that. I ain't gonna lie, but listen, I don't know. I'm an R&B girly. Like before I come in here, or I'm a gospel girly before I come in here. It depends on what type of mood you're in, what type of mindset you're in. But I agree with the study. I think.
Well, let me ask you this, Persia Nicole, with your hair, are you a reggae girly? Are you
no, my hair, it gets crazy.
No, you did not. But it's true. Every time I hear Back That Thing Up from Juvenile, I do feel energized and revitalized and renewed.
Well, we got to go on that note. Persia Nicole, back to your top-rated show.
Bye,
Lady T, we'll see you later with hot tea and, of course, The weather. Still ahead, the celebration continues following Sunday's big win by the Chiefs. Coming up, Lady T brings us a recap of the celebrity sightings. And we're not just talking about Taylor Swift. There are many other celebrities there, too. And we're on a weather alert. More winter weather moves in. Coming up, Jasmine the Queen is going to keep us updated on all of your weather, whether you like it or not, okay? More great show coming up.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
This winter's bad weather is making headlines from coast to coast. Nick Calderon is here with a 10-in-1 tool that can help you on the road or at home in the event of an emergency.
The following segment is sponsored by Noki.
Not today, man. Dead car batteries. Every single time you're trying to get out of the house on time, be someplace, it happens. That click, click, click. Or you're on the side of the road on a gray, cold, dark day like today. It's never fun, but I have the answer for you. It's called the Jump Smart, and it can get you back on the road quickly. Watch this. Plug the 2 alligator clips in right here. Red clamp to red on the battery. Black to black, I get a beep and a green light, and now I can start my car back up. Just like that. I don't have to wait for roadside assistance or anybody else to come and help me out. I keep a Jump Smart in every family member's car. My daughters have one, my wife has one, and I know I have peace of mind, and so do they. It's also a 10-in-1 tool. It's got a compass, a thermometer, it's a flashlight and a strobe light, many other tools as well. And my favorite part, you can charge your cell phone with the 2 included USB ports on the back. If you lose power in a storm or something, just plug your phone in and you can stay connected with family and friends. Speaking of them, put one in every family member's car. 31% off right now at asadeals.com.
Fox 45 News is helping you connect with news. That's what's going on in your backyard to the news across the country. Here's a look at the National Desk connecting you to the news that matters.
The National Desk, a network of nearly 4,000 local journalists cover America's news now.
These chemicals are not going to leave the environment.
Provides in-depth coverage.
Leaving this city frustrated with crime and homelessness.
Context.
You get in more trouble for parking in a handicapped spot than you do having a baggie full of fentanyl that could kill a busload of kids.
And clarity to major stories.
The bottom line is our recall system is broken, colossally broken.
The National Desk covers our nation at the local level.
You're not going to prevent every train crash, but you can make them less likely.
It could be a matter of life and death.
To capture the pulse of America.
The bus flipped and landed in the creek bed.
Seatbelts save lives.
The National Desk team of impartial, unbiased, and fact-based journalists.
Require car companies to make sure their safety systems worked at night.
The National Desk, Desk.
Women's pain has been normalized for way too long.
You can depend on for live breaking news coverage across America.
Really big monster fires spread very quickly.
Real concerns about flooding.
Dangerous wind and rain conditions.
I went flying out the door.
It just sucked everything up.
I'm Jan Jeffcoat. Choose America's News now from the National Desk.
Weekdays at 6 a.m. on the CW Baltimore.
Still ahead, Usher with a big surprise after taking the stage at the Super Bowl. And Beyonce announces new album, Super Bowl commercial. Lady T shares everything that happened off the field during the big game. She's got the hot tea coming up. And it's time to spill the tea this Tuesday. Lady T joins us right now.
Hello, fellow tea sippers. All right, here is your tea. All right, so Taylor Swift won the Super Bowl. Just kidding, JK, y'all. So now, congrats to the Chiefs on their Super Bowl win on Sunday. Patrick Mahomes won the Super Bowl MVP for the third time. The game was kind of boring for most of us, but the celebs were in the building, y'all. So Taylor Swift and her squad rolled deep in the VIP box. Blake Lively and Ice Spice joined her to cheer on her man, her man, her man. Look at them. They look beautiful. Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber kissed on the giant cam. And then also Jay-Z, Beyonce, Blue Ivy, and Rumor. Everybody was there except Sir Carter. I don't know what happened there. Post Malone, The America, the Beautiful. A lot of people liked it. It was a little offbeat for me. I wasn't feeling it. Andra Day made my day with Lift Every Voice. She did amazing. Reba McEntire looked and sounded amazing also. She killed the national anthem. Travis Kelce apparently lost his mind for a second there, though, because why was he yelling at the coach like that, Mark? Made the coach stumble and everything. What do you think he said to the coach? Did he say, "You're embarrassing me in front of my girlfriend"? Or like, what do you think he said?
You know
That's the real tea.
Lady T, you are not going to get petty on us. No.
We have to get petty. What did he say?
He was emotional. He said, "Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play."
He was like, he wants to play every position at that point in time. Just, you won, okay? Congrats to him and Taylor Swift, because she was the real star. And of course, we can't talk Super Bowl without discussing Usher, baby. Okay, so many of you tuned into the Usher Bowl instead of the game. And y'all, he did it all. He did the sideways moonwalk. He did the little tick thingy. Roller skating. The man is a true entertainer, you guys. So special guests for his performance included Lil Jon, Ludacris. Her was on the guitar. No, that was not not Northwest, as everybody kept saying. Alicia Keys looked fabulous in her red bodysuit. She was kind of cracking in her intro, but she finished on a good note. Now, we did not understand Jermaine Dupri's outfit. We're going to leave that there because he responded laughing at all the memes about him, so he could take a joke. That's good. Also, Usher and his longtime girlfriend, Jennifer, I can't pronounce his last name. They got married in Vegas on Sunday. USA Today reviewed the court docs. They say the couple got hitched just before the big game. Now, they've been dating since 2019. They have 2 kids together. The game was the most watched game in TV history. Approximately 123 million viewers tuned in on Sunday, obviously for Tay Swift and Usher. Ooh, he took his shirt off. Ooh, it was getting hot in there. I loved it. What do you think, Mark?
I thought it was amazing. I see people are very critical, but I thought it was a perfect performance. You know, great energy.
He did amazing.
Yeah.
He did fantastic. It was epic. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Up next, you guys, because it's Keeps pouring. So the Queen Bee strikes again, y'all. Beyonce was featured in a Verizon commercial, and then she broke the internet. She announced in the ad that she's dropping a new album, but the shocker is that it's a country album. She dropped 2 new singles, Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages. The album is a country-themed follow-up to Renaissance, which she calls Act 2. Now, she did mention back in 2022 that Renaissance was part 1 of a 3-part project, but see, y'all were too busy doing the Cuff It Challenge and buying silver leather pants, so you remember this, right? But okay, whatever. Well, keep your cowboy hat nearby because the album drops March 29th, and I just saw that Texas Hold'em by Beyonce debuted at number 4 on Spotify with 4 million streams, and number 2 in the U.S. with 2.2 million streams. Amazing!
And I think they're both at the top of the country charts, too.
They definitely are. I think she wants a Grammy, and I think she's going to do it for this country album. Baby, go ahead, Beyonce. I see what your plan is. I like it. All right, well, that's it for the tea for today. Now, y'all know what to do at home. Y'all got to go sip on all that tea.
All right, and we're on weather alert as we see this rain-snow mix is falling right now. For a closer look, let's go to the Queen, Jasmine Lomax, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, Mark. We are still keeping track on the HT radar. Snow continues to taper, and now we are back to mostly dry weather. All of our winter alerts have now expired, so it's looking much better around our state. Still seeing some impacts across the region as that low pressure system moves toward the northeast. But notice behind it, dry air, and that's what's in store for the rest of today and also for Valentine's Day tomorrow. 42 currently and mostly cloudy. It's a little bit breezy with winds out of the northwest around 11 miles per hour, but otherwise temperatures slowly starting to rise. We're seeing the 30s and the low 40s across Maryland. As we continue into the afternoon, our high temperatures reach the low to mid 40s, and that's going to keep us right around average for this time of year. Later this afternoon, we'll have some breaks in the clouds, and that's going to allow in some much needed sunshine. On the future scan, notice that it looks great for your evening commute as we deal with that nice and dry weather. Then tomorrow morning for Valentine's Day, we wake up to mostly cloudy skies. There could be a few stray flurries, but as we head later into the day, we will have some gradual clearing. We're looking at nice and quiet conditions right in time for dinner. And then into Thursday, still looking nice and dry as we deal with a couple of dry and quiet days. Now, as we head into the afternoon, again, temperatures reaching the mid-40s. Then tomorrow, we're talking highs in around 45, so a little cool for Valentine's Day. You will want the layers. 51 as we see the numbers jump on Thursday, 47 on Friday. Then we have our next weather maker on Saturday and the potential for a rain and snow mix, but not a washout for the day. After that, we're looking at warmer temperatures for the upcoming week. Back to you.
Your Place Inside and Out is sponsored by HP Home Service Team.
This week's home tip, we want to remind our viewers of some items in your house that can potentially create danger during the cold winter months. Unfortunately, on occasion, your heat may go out, and if you're in this situation, you may resort to a temporary heater. Now, the important thing to know is that not all space heaters are created for the same purpose. Make sure that you read the instructions and determine if your heater was made for indoors or outdoors. Some heaters can create dangers, including fires and carbon monoxide. You should make sure that you monitor your indoor rated space heaters to stay safe. Keep your family protected all year round and make sure your carbon monoxide detector works. If you need a hand when it comes to home improvement, we have pros here to help.
Trust the HP Home Service Team for all your plumbing and HVAC needs. From protecting your home systems with a maintenance agreement to the peace of mind knowing we're available 24/7, 365, the HP Home Service Team is just a phone call away. Home serviced better since 1914.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Nextdoor.
Too many times we forget the impact that simple gestures can make. This is exactly why National Random Acts of Kindness Day is being celebrated to encourage everyone to spread kindness. Now, joining us to discuss how to take part, what do they need to know, and how you can connect with your neighbors is Nextdoor's U.S. market lead, Katie Colby. Katie, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. So for anyone that doesn't know what Random Acts of Kindness Day is, how did it get started?
Well, believe it or not, Random Acts of Kindness Day was first recognized as an annual observance in 1995. So we've actually been doing Random Acts of Kindness Day for almost 30 years now. It takes place, it's February 17th, every single year. And the whole point of this day is to celebrate those small gestures that are really easy to do and really make a lot of impact in our communities.
Now, can you tell us more about why you think that acts for kindness are often welcomed by neighbors, particularly during the winter weather events?
For sure. You know, asking for kindness or asking for help is really important because it just gives people direction on what it is that you need. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and many people want to help out and show kindness, but they may just not know how. So if you are someone that, you know, you need something, just raise your hand and put it out there. I'll give you a real quick example. I was talking to a woman in Pennsylvania a couple weeks back, and she had just gone through a snowstorm. She needed help shoveling her driveway, but doctor's orders, she was on a restriction, a restricted movement, so she couldn't actually shovel the snow. And she posted on Nextdoor using our Ask for Help hashtag. A neighbor saw the post, reached out to her, and within an hour, start to finish of her posting, she had a clean driveway. So that just goes to show you the power of asking for help. It can really, you know, help get stuff done.
That's perfect. And you mentioned it, so are there new features on Nextdoor that help neighbors recognize and honor one another?
There is. There's another feature that I love. It's called Thank a Neighbor. I think that expressing gratitude and giving thanks is another important way that we can show kindness. So through the Thank a Neighbor feature, it will allow you to share a bit more about someone and why you appreciate them, and put the post in the feed for everyone else to see and really model that kindness in your community.
You know, Katie, this just feels good. A kind gesture, a kind story. Where can we go for more information on all this kindness? I love it.
Sure. For more information, visit Nextdoor.com. You can also download the Nextdoor app for free in the App Store or the Google Play Store. Again, it's free to download, free to use. We would love to see you all, you know, taking part, showing kindness in your neighborhoods.
Always great to see you. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thanks. Take care.
Take care. Still ahead, do you really need to take a bath every day? One mom is sparking debate by allowing her kids to take just 2 baths a week. Coming up, your take on it. A mom of 6 is sparking debate with her controversial approach towards bath time. She says she only makes her kids take a bath twice a week. She says the kids who range from age 4 to 13 only have to take baths on Sundays and Wednesdays. A lot of people are calling it gross, but others say if the kids look and smell clean, there's no point. And we wanted you to tell it, is it okay to only take a bath twice a week? 71% of you think it's gross, 24% say don't care, not my kids, and only 5% think it's fine. Great show lined up for tomorrow. It's Valentine's Day. Yes. Coming up, we'll share simple ways to impress your date and some style tips for an outfit that's sure to wow.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@FoxBaltimore.com.
And as always, thank you for inviting us into your home. Make sure you follow Be More Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hopefully you got your Valentines all set up for tomorrow. Have a great one, and we'll see you tomorrow.